I got a headline for you, and I got some copium. This from Cosmic Book News: Secret Invasion a bust. Second worst Marvel ratings on Disney Plus. Fans aren't tuning in to watch Samuel L. Jackson. Uh-oh. Continuing the trend, Secret Invasion looks to be another huge bust. As it is learned, the premiere episode suffers the second worst ratings for a Marvel show on Disney Plus. Can you guess what the worst is? Miss Marvel. This show is barely pulling in more viewers than Miss Marvel. Samba TV provided the following info. God bless Samba TV. God save Samba TV. This little company over there, they are like the only source for actual data from these corporate liars. Disney, Netflix, they'll never tell the truth about their ratings numbers, and they don't have to. Why would they? But Samba TV over here, they're like, well, we're just looking at what our viewers are watching, and just God love them. Captain's Log, previously on the Captain's Cast live stream, live every Thursday and Sunday with me, Captain Garrett. So, Samba TV provided the info that only 994,000 households tuned in during the first 5 days to watch Secret Invasion. Now, that outpaced, just barely, Miss Marvel's premiere of 775,000. So just to put that in perspective, I think they have a list here. So these are the 5-day ratings for all of these shows, right? This is their ratings from Samba TV over the 5-day period following the premiere. So these are consistent, right? What they're measuring. WandaVision had 1.6 million. And then we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 1.8 million. Loki was the highest at 2.5 million. Then you had Hawkeye, 1.5. Moon Knight, 1.8. Miss Marvel, the lowest, 775,000. She-Hulk, 1.5 million. Secret Invasion, 994,000. The jig is up, folks. The party is over. They were coasting. It is so boring. I can't even it's like Mandalorian was boring for sure, but it was also bafflingly stupid. That one of the most low IQ scripts I've ever seen. This show, it's paint drying, folks. And, say one thing for Andor. Andor had an interesting spy thriller dynamic going on. It was too long and it was badly paced, but it did have an interesting dynamic of like the Imperial intelligence having to ferret out the rebels and Stellan Skarsgård having to play two roles. Oh, he's a socialite antiquities dealer by day, and then he moonlights as a dastardly spy. That was cool. This show has none of that. So I'm just going to play this little clip here because I find this amusing, Here we go. This is what I'm looking for.
Over to the government. But Nando made some pretty good points about this scene. One, what did Rhodey do with the suit between the time he took it and the next morning when he...
So hat tip, screen crush. So this guy, he's hunting for Easter eggs, folks, don't you know? I marvel at how much fascination he's managed to muster for this show.
Secret Invasion is the first time we've seen Rhodey and Fury share the screen. Sure, they were both at Tony's funeral and the Battle of Sokovia, but still, we've never seen them actually speak or interact with one another until now. So, for all we know, their relationship may have always been adversarial. Rhodey has always had trouble coloring outside the lines in his government role.
As he does not operate within any definable branch of government, Iron Man presents a potential threat to the security of both the nation and to her interests.
So, the stark difference in the way Rhodey and Fury conduct themselves while on the job could be an existing rift that we've just never seen. But I still think he's a Skrull. Rhodey being a Skrull would be an even bigger gut punch in the Everett Ross reveal in episode 1.
No.
Now, whether Ross has recently been replaced by a Skrull or has been one the whole time is yet to be seen. Now, we've actually got a great video up on the channel.
Oh my God. I listen to this guy and I'm like, you would want that? You would want that? You would want it to be revealed that Martin Freeman's character was... I don't even know that that's what the show revealed. I don't agree that's what it revealed. I have no freaking clue what that stupid cold open revealed or did not reveal. It was Martin Freeman running around. He dies. He turns out to be a Skrull. That tells me literally nothing. That tells me nothing about how long he is a Skrull. For all I know, the real one is out there still, and he's doing... They just don't even address it. honestly, they haven't even referenced his character since that first scene. So like, but even so you would want him to be revealed. This guy basically is saying he thinks that Rhodey has been a Skrull for a long time, possibly right back to the point where he got the War Machine suit. And I'm thinking, you idiot, you would want this? You would want this kind of a retcon?
Dissecting how long Ross has been a Skrull, so be sure to check that one out. Anyways, Rhodey has been around since the beginning. He was there for 3 Thanos fights, the time heist, the death of Tony Stark. He participated in debates over the Sokovia Accords, the final battle with Ultron, and he was even there for this clip.
I am Iron Man.
Who's that guy? That's not Don Cheadle.
Well, remember, buddy, in the first Iron Man movie, Rhodey was played by Terrence Howard, not Don Cheadle.
All right.
Don Cheadle came in as Rhodey in Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah, the recasting thing.
Right, and we have a fun theory about how they could retcon this recasting into the MCU with a little help from our old friend Kevin.
I possess the most advanced
oh my God,
in the world.
You are not
first, let's
serious.
Go back and look at all the signs over the years that Rhodey has actually been a Skrull.
He's digging through the fourth wall breaking Kevin Robot from She-Hulk to build his case
all along.
What? But why would the Skrulls want to replace Rhodey years ago? Like even before he was a superhero?
Alright, well let's go through the history about what we really know about Colonel James Rhodes, aka War Machine, aka Iron Patriot, aka Rhodey. It's possible that Rhodey has been a Skrull since even before Iron Man 2. You see, there's a possibility that Rhodey might have been a Skrull the first moment we met him.
That is, without a doubt, one of the most depressing ideas I've ever heard. I can't even believe this. Look how chipper and happy he is as he like unpacks. Oh, well, it's possible that Rhodey has been a Skrull since Iron Man 2. Who would want that, sir? Like, what are you talking about? That would be horrible. But the fact that he's so excited about this show is even worse, frankly. That, you know, we should not make fun of the handicapped.
Tony and Rhodey met in college when they were both attending MIT. Now, at that point, the Skrulls hadn't even arrived on Earth yet, so he couldn't have been a Skrull when he was in college. But Tony knew Rhodey from school, and that's when they...
Oh, please. One line of dialogue is all they would need to retcon that. Oh, we Skrulls have been here for 10,000 years. Oh, okay. And then this guy, he go running to the camera to that. Oh, well, now that the most recent shit that they shoveled at us shows that the Skrulls have been here longer than I thought. Well, then that means the whole damn MCU could be Skrulls for all I know. Isn't that cool?
Became good friends. And maybe after college, while Tony was busy taking over as CEO for Stark Industries.
I will give him credit, though. This is a very clever use of repurposing actually good movies to make new content out of them.
And Rhodey was climbing the ranks in the military, they probably went a while without seeing each other. This would have been the perfect time for Rhodey to get swapped out by a Skrull. The Skrulls would see that Rhodes, an MIT graduate, would have a sterling career in the Air Force, so they would want to plant him in place for the long haul. But I think it's more likely that they would have replaced him to have an agent close to Tony Stark.
Jeez. You know, all right, I'm not going to go through any more of this. He opens this up by saying that his theory about why Rhodey fires Nick Fury in that scene I just showed you, his theory about this is that, there's all these clues that Rhodey is a Skrull. Now, I wouldn't put it past this dumb show for that to be absolutely true. That Rhodey, in that scene at least, is a Skrull. And I think, number one, who cares? It's like who cares? I don't care whether he's a Skrull or he isn't. But even if he is, so what? It's still circular dialogue. It's still bullshit. You're still racializing for no reason whatsoever the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is still a basic bitch, pathetic, anemic attempt at spy thriller drama. It is an old over-the-hill Nick Fury drinking and being browbeaten and fired in every freaking scene. So who the hell cares whether he's a Skrull or not? It's like, but then this guy is saying, oh no, he was a Skrull when he got the War Machine suit. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh my God, just more content. Do you actually think this guy actually likes Marvel? Seriously, do you think this guy actually likes this stuff? I don't. I think this guy probably is just making YouTube content, and he's found a really good way of like just taking clips of actually good movies like Iron Man, and then recutting them with commentary, with dumb fan theories, based on new content that's trending so he can just have content. Like, and so to him, all content is created equal. All content is the same to his eyes. It doesn't matter whether it's Iron Man 1, one of the greatest superhero films of all time. You know, to this guy, The Dark Knight is on equal footing with Batman and Robin. Like, to this guy, if The Dark Knight had come out and then like a few years later a Batman and Robin kind of piece of shit had come out, he would be the one going and looking 10 Easter eggs that prove that George Clooney's Batman is in the same universe as Christian Bale's because blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, in what world are these two things, in what world are they on any kind of equal footing? Like, so this is what tells me that I don't think he's actually a fan. Because if he were a fan, at some point, he'd have to be like, God, that, you know, if this were true, that Rhodey was a Skrull, it would mean that the entire MCU sucked. So I'm going to stop making these stupid videos. That would be, he'd have to have that conclusion. The mission will continue on the Captain's Cast live stream with me, Captain Garrett, on the Swords and Starships channel live every Thursday and Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it, and I will see you in the chat out there. Make sure to give me a follow on Locals at swordsandstarships.locals.com. It's free to follow and direct message me on Locals, and this will help defend against YouTube censorship and allow me to maintain a direct connection with you. The mission of this channel is to build a fellowship of sci-fi, fantasy, and action-adventure fans who prize freedom of speech and artistic expression above all. And if you choose to support the channel with a paid membership, there will be even more exclusive content in store, and I would certainly be honored to earn your support. Until then, hail to you, hail to the Fellowship, and hail to the Iron Age of entertainment.